right, everybody, welcome back to Straight Talk Commerce. This is the show where we cut through the hype, the headlines, and the half-truths to give you real strategies that will grow your very real business. Today, it is a 6-round knockdown dragout on the biggest, to settle one of the biggest debates in e-commerce. Should you go Shopify, WooCommerce, or BigCommerce? Which platform actually gives you the edge in 2025? The results of this may surprise you. If you've ever wondered which system will take you to 7 figures, this is the episode for you. Because picture this. You've got 3 founders, same product, same budget, same launch date. All 3 choose different platforms. What happens 6 months later? One is scaling, one is stuck, and one is hemorrhaging cash. Today, we're breaking down Shopify, WooCommerce, and BigCommerce, and we reveal which one gives you the best real-world advantage. Fight begins in 3, 2, 1, let's go.
No fluff, no hype, just the real deal. Wayne Altman's here, yeah, you know the drill. Talking business, talking shop, making moves non-stop. From e-com to hustle, straight talk, no props. Straight talk, no gimmicks, no lies. Hey, I'll break it down with the sharpest minds. Money moves, mindset, grind. If you're ready to win, then tune in live. Big names, big games, all the lessons they bring. From Jelly Belly to AA Kings. From the startup grind to the top tier pros. We crack the code, now here we go. Straight talk, commerce, getting the know. But Wayne Altman, let's start the show.
All right, everybody. In round 1, we are going to explore the core differences in 2025. We're going to give you a very quick breakdown of our fighters. In this corner, you have Shopify. Shopify is fully hosted, ultra-fast, plug and play. There is a massive app ecosystem with this challenger, and it is best for beginning and non-technical founders. So if you don't have a whole lot of technical ability, this is your fighter. The apps, however, pile up. There's higher monthly costs with Shopify because of that. And new additions in 2025, the AI features give it a major fighting chance. In the other corner is WooCommerce. WordPress-based, fully customizable. Open source flexibility. There is a cheaper monthly cost, but there is a much higher development burden. Security. This one has the defenses, but there are hosting challenges. And it's great if you already run a big WordPress content engine. So if you've got a lot of material for a blog, this is your fighter. This is the one you're going to bet on. Third, BigCommerce. It has software as a service like Shopify, but more enterprise out of the box. You get real quick flurries, strong API structure. The coaching on this one is a monster. It's amazing if you have a lot of tools in the toolbox, your large catalogs. There is a very weak ecosystem as far as apps go compared to Shopify. Not quite so many tools to go there, and it is not good for the beginning fighter. Gotta keep that in mind. Round 2 begins with a pricing breakdown. Where stores, including your own, are actually losing money. Now with Shopify, you've got a cost structure of between $39 or $399 per month. But your app prices can push the total cost to $250 to $700 per month and higher, by the way. Transaction fees, if you are not using Shopify payments, can add to the cost of that business. You got to keep that in mind. In comparison, WooCommerce. The hosting for this is between $20 and $60 per month. That's just with the WooCommerce hosting costs. but you've got developer and maintenance costs of between $300 to $1,000 per month. Now, that cost can be negated if you have some technical knowledge or have someone already on board that you're paying a salary to that has that technical knowledge. Here's where the cost really can get you. You gotta keep a massive eye on this situation. Plugins between $20 a month, not too bad, to $200 and $300 per month each. And sometimes those costs can be negated to the year. Now, BigCommerce, this one falls a little bit between the two. $39 to $399 per month costs, platform costs. There are no transaction costs. There's no transaction fees. But you get auto upgraded to a higher plan as your revenue grows. There is good and bad to that. Here's the takeaway. WooCommerce is cheap to start. Shopify is cheap to operate. And BigCommerce is cheap to scale. Don't make your decision just yet. Speaking of scalability, that's round 3. Speed, SEO, and scalability. Let's talk about Shopify. Shopify is the fastest right out of the box. You're going to hit the ground running if you open on the Shopify platform. There's good SEO, search engine optimization, organic traffic. It's good, but very limited structural control. In other words, you are at the mercy of your products and what Shopify can do for you as far as SEO goes. AI-powered caching and image optimization in the 2025 editions. So a very good benefit right there. Now, let's talk about WooCommerce. WooCommerce, hands down, if this were an SEO contest, they would knock out the other two competitors with no problem. It has the best SEO flexibility because of its WordPress advantage. It can be lightning fast if you are paying for top tier hosting. You're on a shared server, you are in deep trouble. So do not operate WooCommerce on a shared server. Scaling is painful on shared servers. In my opinion, you have got to put your WooCommerce, if you're using WooCommerce platform, you need to have it on your own hosting. And BigCommerce is not to be slept on. It is fast and very stable at scale. It is great if you have a massive catalog, and by massive I mean between 10,000 and 60,000 SKUs in products. BigCommerce is really the only way to go. It has a very strong API layer for your headless builds. In other words, the APIs that are built, and you'll need them, will be excellent. They need to be excellent for headless builds. Here's your takeaway. WooCommerce wins SEO flexibility all day, every day, and all night. Shopify wins the total package performance. If you need a general, all-around serviceable platform, Shopify is definitely the way you would want to go. And BigCommerce comes in if you have super large SKUs, a large number of SKUs, or a big catalog. There is no other choice than BigCommerce. They knock out the competition with zero question at all. Hope you think the same way I do, that it is so much more fun to learn about these using a fighting technique or a fighting examples, because this is really where it comes in. Round 4, platform ecosystem and integration. Shopify. There are 10,000 apps on Shopify, over 10,000 apps on Shopify. So you've got a lot of tools at your disposal. It has the best in fulfillment integration. So if you are not fulfilling the product in-house, Shopify is definitely someone you want to look at, because they are the best at fulfillment integration. making your fulfiller, your warehousing talk to you. And it has better shipping partners than the other two that we've mentioned, WooCommerce, or especially, again, if you are drop shipping or if you are not fulfilling your product from your own warehouse. Massive influencer and plug-in communities really make this give you a fighting chance. Talk about WooCommerce. WooCommerce is no slouch when it comes to WordPress plugins. This is a good and a bad thing. We're going to talk about that. 60,000 plus plugins that you can use on your WordPress website. But with that many plugins, some of them obviously are going to conflict with one another. And the updates that you will be doing on your website without hosting help will break things on your website very frequently. You've got to be aware of that. You have to have the support in place to be able to combat that, to fight that off. And BigCommerce is a much smaller ecosystem, but native business-to-business features and enterprise-grade integrations really shine here, really help you out. That's the end of round 4. All right, starting round 5, I want you to start to think, how's your fighter doing? How is your decisions, how do they look stacking up? How do they stack up right now? Because some of you are going to be fully aboard with Shopify. Others of you have reason to switch your fighter over to WooCommerce or BigCommerce. There are different platforms depending on what your brand needs from a platform. Now let's get into some real world case studies, and maybe that'll make this a little clearer for you. Case study number 1, Shopify, the overnight 7-figure winner. Shopify CBD startup, legal hemp derived, launches on Shopify because of its quickness, its ease, and its speed. They used 14 apps from that catalog, 30% conversions right out of the gate, and it increased with the Shopify AI personalization tools. They hit 3.2 million in their first 12 months. See how fast that can ramp up? If you have a good platform and plenty of support, these are the kind of numbers that you can really you can really build toward. Tried WooCommerce before, but there were too many plug conflicts. They were doing more repair than selling. It is easier to go from WooCommerce to Shopify and from Shopify to WooCommerce than if you integrated from BigCommerce. That's my opinion. Maybe I just don't know the way to do that, but most of the time I've been asked to go from WooCommerce to Shopify. Case study number 2, WooCommerce, the content-driven monster. A supplements brand that I worked with recently was running a massive blog. They had over 3 million monthly readers on this blog. It is an SEO powerhouse. WooCommerce integrated directly with the content because of the WordPress website they were running. And they had $500,000 a month in sales because of that. And about 83% of that was coming from organic traffic. They spend $4,000 a month on development and hosting. So their cost of keeping that thing working and constantly removing conflicts was more. It's something to keep in mind. The lesson here, it's perfect for content-first businesses that are willing to invest in their technology backbone. Finally, let's take a look at BigCommerce and the case study there. They're the enterprise catalog king, an industrial parts retailer with 65,000 SKUs. Shopify could not handle that kind of variant complexity. There's no way. You can only handle at top of the line, maybe 6,000, 7,000 different SKUs. WooCommerce was too slow with bulk orders. So it was a no-brainer to go to BigCommerce. Absolute no-brainer. It was the only option available to that auto parts store. BigCommerce, they delivered the speed and stability that they needed, and the API-first structure let them integrate their ERP and the warehouse stack. So they were able to get big shipments, bulk shipments out to their customers, business-to-business customers, super, super quickly. Okay, fight's over. Let's discover who wins. And the answer to this is really funny because depending on who you are and what your goals are, depends on who your champion is. So frankly, all three are a winner, but here's what you need. If you need speed and growth, you need to go with Shopify. Best selling for a reason. It's easy, it's reliable, and it's scalable. But if you want SEO dominance and you have to have full control, you must pick WooCommerce. However, you better have a developer on hand or two, because you are going to need a full-time therapist if you don't, and a dark closet and plenty of alcohol. Because if you do not have the integration tech to maintain this, no amount of SEO, no amount of control is going to help you. You want an enterprise superpower, go BigCommerce, especially if you have a very heavy catalog or you are dealing with a business-to-business brand. BigCommerce really has what it takes to cross you over that finish line and be a better option for you. All right, everybody. That wraps up today's episode of Straight Talk Commerce, the place where we cut through the noise, we break down the myths, and we give you the insights your competitors wish you never heard. Now, if you got value from this episode, and let's be honest, you did, make sure you hit the subscribe button, smash that like button, and drop a comment below, because your feedback fuels my future episodes, and it tells YouTube's algorithm that this show is worth pushing out to the people who need real business truth and not recycled guru fluff. Now, if you want something a little bit darker, a little more chaotic, and a whole lot more me, you can always check out the Doomsday Minute, where I take off the gloves, I explain why the world is collapsing, one ridiculous headline at a time. But for now, this is Wayne Altman thanking you for tuning into this, taking action, and being part of the Straight Talk Commerce community. I love you.
No fluff, no hype, just the real deal. Wayne Altman's here, yeah, you know the drill. Talking business, talking shop, making moves non-stop. From e-com to hustle, straight talk, no